Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the penultimate match of Season 32. We are re-recording the intro audio on this one, which is why we're delayed in putting this video out. This is a Kyber 3 bracket. We climbed up to Kyber 2 with the round 1 victory here. For a quick look back at the previous round up against my opponent, Isteus, Fleet came through with a win. I knew that was going to happen, so we took a lot of liberties in doing a lot of testing. Check out that video. He attacked first, Fleet held. We tested out Hutt, Cartel, Savage Army, the Droids, a few other things. Profundity has basically secured the Fleet advantage. We'll see how long that lasts for, but this is why I prioritize Fleet as much as I do, because it is the biggest difference maker that you can be having. It has much more of an impact than adding a GL. Taking a quick look at the overall bracket, my opponent here is Kreidler Alt. His GP is slightly smaller than my own, but he's right in line with everyone else within the bracket. Omicron's, though, he is much lower with only 6. Everyone else is in that 10 plus range or 9 plus range in my case. He probably cares more about territory wars. Some of his participation reflects that. Relic units, though, is very strong at 133. His Gear 11 plus units is a little lower than mine, and that's one of my advantages. With the 6-dot mods, they are excellent, best in the bracket. You can see everyone is pretty good. I have very good mods with a top 25 average of plus 25, but my opponent edges me out at plus 25.7. And top 500, I'm doing better than a lot of the bracket at plus 16, but my opponent is one of the best I've seen yet at plus 17 overall speed average. In terms of counts, pretty great too, with 15 plus, 20 plus, and 25 plus, just beating out everyone else in this bracket. I'm doing good, but that's an advantage that has been shrinking for my roster as I've just been hoarding materials for some future project. With the Datacrons, they are very good. Let me lower that a tiny bit. He has 3 level 9 Datacrons, which is best of the bunch. I'm doing all right. I'm recording this after the last set expired, so this is not a true reflection of what's going on. But it's directionally accurate. The GLs here, he's got Lord Vader, most of the rest of the bracket does. Everyone has JMK and JML. He has Sith Eternal Emperor. We see one other one of those under Wacrest here, and SLKR he has. No Melgus. He does not have the Profundity. At the start of this Grand Arena, only one other player in the bracket had the Profundity X. I think it was last round. He was the only guy. Everyone else without. Anyone else you are seeing who has a Raddus available, they accomplish that after the fact. Starkiller, 2 opponents surprisingly don't have them, but this is a Kyber 3 bracket, so I guess it's not too surprising, but my opponent does. No Omicron on Dash, but we do see a few Dash Amis. And what's really surprising here is no Wampa Ami. That's almost standard where you just expect to see it. Savage Omicron, I'm the only one who put that on. There are a couple other off-screen who do have it, but I was the only one with it at lock-in. Maul here, everyone's pretty good. My opponent has a level 1 Moff Gideon, which I've shown is kind of ridiculous. Gear 11 troopers, even Gear 8 troopers, with these most recent, the most recent kitted out troopers are excellent, especially those support tagged troopers. They can beat tons of things at lower gear levels. And plus, this is one of the things that I've ranted about on the past, is you should at least have your characters at level 50. You're just shrinking your mod inventory by doing that, because we're all maxed out at 500 mods. That's new players, that's veteran players. The only way to increase your mod inventory is by putting mods on your characters. So having level 1 characters is just really hurting your capacity to increase the amount of mods that you have. Obviously, if you are a newer account player, you don't have the credits to level up players like that, but if you're a veteran player, if you're in like a Kyber bracket, you can afford it. The rest of this here, you can see where he's missing some of the Zetas, like on Quill. That is a good Zeta. And the rest here, profundity doesn't have, the fleet is fine other than that in general. And then here's a quick look at some of his characters. We'll take a look now at the hotbot before we jump into looking at his account speeds. With the hotbot here, we're looking at a guild that is much larger, almost 100 million more GP than my own. Undersizes and clears are low, which is reflective really of what the Omicrons were signifying, was that this is just not a game mode he cares too much about. So even though he has this advantages, this is one of the areas where it helps give me a shot. We took a look at the relics. Zeta's looks like, considering how many GLs he has, is a small advantage. Relic distribution is favorable. What I'm scared of seeing are the top heavy relics. This is all over the place, which is more easily approached by my own roster. We're not going to get smashed by a bunch of Relic 7s or Relic 8s. He's got the advantage on JML, but I've got the advantage on JMK. No Melgus, no SWolo, so Conquest. These time-intensive things, it really looks like is where he's not participating. And then looking at the rest here, we go back and he mostly has the speed advantages and no profundity. Taking a look at his roster real quick. The speed average here, counting out how many characters he has, he's got a lot. We're going to go down to Dash here. So there's like 20 or so. And I think, yeah, Cara Dune here is, I think, slightly under at 299. So he has a lot of 300 speed characters to counteract mine with. We're only at like 15 on mine. Taking a look at the defense. Has not attacked yet. Very strong roster. With my defense, it's mostly unchanged. I did make a couple tweaks for testing purposes, either this round or some previous rounds. Inquisitors are now on defense. Mon Mothma has been surprisingly doing some decent work recently. I think maybe just stretching rosters, counters. There's a decent Datacron, I think, over there. And then Bam here, I tweaked. Took out Fennec so I could have Fennec for a Vader counter, since my opponent does have Lord Vader. Which, even though I don't have it's not proper. Melgus here with a good Datacron. We got Qui-Gon. And because of my opponent is going to go very strong on offense, he's going to clear me with one-hit kills. This is going to come down to my fleet standing or not standing. So I really weakened my defense and gave myself more weapons on offense, because I know he's going to have no problem regardless of what I set down for my own defense. He has enough Geos he keeps for offense. He's going to stop me. And relics and speed in general. He's not going to have an issue. So you see on the back wall here, I threw Geos on defense, Padme nonsense on defense, left my Iden here on defense. Looking at the fleet, profundity there, Chimera, and Negotiator. So this is really where the win is going to come down to. Can he get through this or not? I am betting, based on his Grand Arena history, that he cannot, and as long as I can get through his defense, I can beat this guy. And he has been climbing, because this is his alt account, he's been climbing now for the entire season, down from Kyber 4 up to Kyber 3 or Kyber 2 now. Looking at his defense, we got Starkiller, Mon Mothma, and we can see my path to victory here. We got this weak Wedge team, we have this weak JTR team. This Wedge squad, we're going to have some fun with. We're going to do plenty of testing in this match. Win or lose, we are going to do some testing, and this Wedge team is going to be fun. We're probably not going to do Savage here, because what we've learned is Savage really struggles up against Leia and that Foresight. Plus there's a decent amount of healing, but really it's Princess Leia. She's going to have so much recovery that Savage is a bad solo there. There will be other places. Now we got Lord Vader with a good Datacron causing problems. Jango, Iden will do Raddus testing there, and Qui-Gon. Raddus, if you have a profundity level Raddus, I don't think you should need the Omicron. So we're going to get started here with Admiral Raddus up against Iden Verso. I'm just going to put on another Rebel character so I can use a Datacron because I don't have a fifth relic Rogue One character. We'll just use a Rebel in their place. I think the Datacron is going to be more valuable than a fifth Rogue One character. There's nothing within the leadership that mandates it be all Rogue One. There's bonuses if they're all Rogue One, but he doesn't like stop working like some characters do if you don't give him a proper team. We're going to go with that Datacron because we have a few characters with AoEs who could potentially get that stacking effect. We're looking at everything here, but I think I ultimately decide. This is the only match here that we're going to be re-recording the audio on. I caught the audio issue during this battle. That just the computer was recording or registering all of this as being picked up, but it wasn't. The desktop audio wasn't being captured, and then it turned out that the microphone audio wasn't being captured like I thought it was either. So we did a restart and things were working afterwards, but it's just this one. This one's straightforward. This is strong. We've done this a number of times throughout the season. Raddus is just a very strong counter up against Iden. No Omicron necessary. Although you do want to be roughly equivalent, like a Gear 8 or a Gear 11 Rogue One squad is going to lose up against a Relic Iden squad. But if you're Relics for Relics, you're going to win. If you're Gear 11 up against Gear 11, you're going to win. You just need to be roughly equivalent or better. And maybe with the Omicron, you can punch up a little bit more. But it's not something we're ever going to find out because it's not. Well, I guess we could use my alt account for that kind of testing, throw the Omicron on, but we'll see what happens. The alt account is something I've really pushed to the background. It's not something, you've seen my video output lately, it's not something I have time for right at this current moment. Even though we've lost some characters, we have a chance to revive, to get more banners. Jin's revive there. I like to be pretty careful with that. You don't want to lose Raddus and not have Jin's revive available. We should still have plenty of time to bring Jin, was that Biston back? Do I time out on this? We're running out of time, so I'm a little. It was all these tanks and stormtroopers getting better, and we've lost some of the bonuses from the Raddus ability. Maybe I forget how this went exactly. I think we get through it. You can see as soon as we're past the taunt on stormtrooper, we start doing a little better. It's just that was becoming a bit of a nuisance. Nice stack of 6 exposes. Got 3 and 4. Oh, I remember this. Okay, so it's scary. It's close. Down to 15. There goes Stormtrooper. Less than 10 seconds to take out Iden. And there we go. Pretty scary. I probably could have played it faster. And with more Rogue One, probably would have done better. Alright, let's do the hard one. I think the way I'm going to handle this is we just assume we're going to lose. Maybe actually, let's double check. Maybe this isn't... No. Okay. I'm going to go this route. I'm just going to take 2 GLs against it. I'm fairly confident that he is not going to be doing. Maybe I do. Oh, I don't have that option. Maybe we do. Maybe we do this. Because Padme's on defense. Care about that. Maybe. Actually, we did do this the other time. Some match at some point. And it did help. It didn't help with Lord Vader, but it helped with Vader. It helped with other characters on the board. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Alright. Hopefully we take out most of these characters and just have a little bit to clean up. Okay. Don't like that at all. Hold up. Bad timing on that. A dog needing help. Is this what I want to be doing? I feel like I might regret this. Let's do this. I might want... No, this is what I want. This Vader is a little scary. But Maul is the real threat. And this Datacron does help up against Vader. We got to get rid of Maul though. Okay, that's actually great. Oh, come on, man. You cannot be missing like this. Alright, that's not good. Yeah. But that's why I was basically doing a GMK sacrifice. At least Maul is gone. The question is, do I want to do Fennec now or do I want to do JML? I think I'm going to do Fennec. Even, like, I don't have a Fennec that can handle this. But I'm pretty sure... Can my Fennec clean it up? Just do JML. No, this is why I brought Fennec. This was the whole reason. There's no other point. Like, I can't win this, but I can probably get it down to Vader, down to Lord Vader. It's my goal. I should have put the armor shred on Lord Vader. Okay. Seriously, guys. Days is not great. Get rid of the days. Come on. Actually, maybe I do the armor shred. Yeah, let's just keep doing it. Alright, I'm putting armor shreds down. But we're not really doing enough of anything. Can we get an invasion down? Yes. Why have anything nice? Why? Yeah. Not gonna happen. Maybe if I would have done a couple armor shreds sooner, maybe with really just a little more. That's part of the reason why I did it. I need to get more familiar with that counter. But what I really need are relics on my Zam and my Grief. My Grief, most of all. Because you don't have to use Zam. Alright. But the question is... Maul can do it. Actually, I don't want to risk Maul. I think I should just JML it and be confident in it. I think the rest of the board is going to be easy. Like the back wall, I'm expecting Bam, Phasma, and Geos. Like nothing super serious. I think it's better to just be confident on this. But JKR might be nice up against that BAM, so let's do... I think we do this, because I'm going to do a JKL solo up against BAM, or a Phasma. No, I could nest that. Let's just guarantee it. JML probably could have done it in the second attempt. good. I should have probably needed a cleanse. I rather would have done the Fennec test. Just getting distracted. Okay. That's fine. How fast are these guys? I think I can troopers this. Yeah, I can trooper this. Let's hit IG-88 since he's the easiest to take out. Super weak, and that'll get the turn meter train going. Embo is probably number 2. We'll save that, no need. Down goes CAD. Jango. Dengar. Nice. Alright, well... we'll just gas. I just love doing Night Sisters. It's just so reckless. This is a good one too. What's this Datacron? Doesn't apply. So crit chance and special damage. That's probably what he wanted. Be good for Anakin. I wouldn't be stupid. I'm just assuming that he can't full clear me. Which is a reckless assumption. He might be. There's a way to do it. If he knows he can sacrifice... Wait, no, I'm not using Exec here. Yeah, he could probably find a way to do it. Gas isn't that great. I could JKR it too, but I want to use that stuff on the back wall. Let's just do this. I like using it. No, I wish I took it back. Like, it would be very effective up against Geos. It's Gear 12 Geos though. There's anything I can use up against that. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. I don't even have a use for my Starkiller squad. Just take the foresight off of Anakin. Now, after that's done, who I really care about is Ki-Adi-Mundi. He's the threat. As long as he's stunned, we'll be fine. Now we need to let them kill off a few Night Sisters. I'm gonna bring them back. Feels a little early for Ventress being off the board. And being down 2. I like it when Talia's down. Let's get rid of the Foresights. See, now we've lost. Ki-Adi-Mundi changes that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Nute was dumb. I just really don't want to use good teams up against it. That'll apply. This Datacron set's expiring. What, like a week? Anakin's already burned the AoE, so I want to take out Qui-Gon right now. Yeah, let's get that protection up. Okay. This was a fun Omicron. It still might be my favorite one that they've come up with. It's just a very interesting mechanic. Just really changes the way how you play it. Gives you this whole new squad. It was really, really well thought out. Alright, let's check out this back wall, see if it's what I'm expecting. Geos, Bam, Phasma. Do we get it? Or not Geos. Yeah. Well, Dash, not Bam. Alright. You know what would have been great up against those Geos? My Night Sisters. I thought they were Gear 12. They're Relicked. I didn't put Nest on defense, did I? I would do something that stupid. Okay. I guess kinda. Avoidance, accuracy. I like the penetration to go with it. It'll have a marginal impact. Do I care that Kylo is there? Really would prefer tenacity stacking. I don't like doing this with Kylo. I don't have Luke. See, I was going to do Jedi Knight Luke. And then I switched. Or wait, no, I kept Jedi Knight Luke. No, I kept gas. I kept gas. What am I talking about? Change it at the last second. We'll come back to that. Maybe we'll do the testing up against one of those squads. Yeah, dash. Okay. Bo-Katan for the heal. I'm not worried about Bam in this version of things. I don't want the counter, I need to get strategic advantage. Okay. Great. Was that not a relic nest? We're definitely going to attempt that nest solo. But we'll do that stuff last. I think we'll do some fun stuff first. Start off with the Vader solo with the Datacron. I spent the whole first conquest with this Datacron set trying to get this Datacron. Got it like on the last day. You know, we're probably fine. Wonderful. Gonna miss it, even though we've got another month or two of it. It's just fun having Vader like that. So with these Datacrons now, you really got to make sure you get the good. This next set isn't going to be all that great because it's a little bit more limited. Well, I should change that. If you have SOKR, it's going to be great. If you have Jabba, it's going to be great. But if you're a player like me who doesn't have either of those, then I think it's going to be a little bit more limiting because it's a little bit more focused than some of these past Datacron sets. But I'm working towards having Jabba at some time during its lifespan. Sure. We'll be inflicting debuffs. We just gotta auto this. This gets annoying. Just because the potency up on Cara Dune, she just will revive infinitely. But I think you need to be a little careful with it, because I think Wampa goes a little crazy on the dot ability, whatever that's called. Let me see where I am on that. Should count the cooldowns. See, really, you should be swiping. Okay. Great. That one went great. Sometimes it goes on a long time. All right, we're gonna attempt the Savage. Although probably. How did this go last time? This should be fine. Captain Hondo has daze, is a little annoying. I don't think anyone has healing immunity. It's just auto. I think what he hasn't succeeded up against was when I tried First Order, like the Phasma, what he'd lose up against. This is killer. We're doing great. We don't gotta worry at all. He'll have relics soon. I'll probably take him up to Relic 3 or Relic 5 before I stop. Relic 7 will be worth it, but I'm not in any rush to do it. I'm not sure if it's mandatory. If it opens up certain counters, I'm going to do it, but he's going to do plenty at various relic levels. We'll test them out and see if I feel I'm needed to go higher. Like my Malik, I kept at R4 for a long time. I finally took him up to R5 a little while ago. My Nest was at R3 forever. Those materials are so rare. And there's so many things I want to work on that I try to hold back. You can always add gear, you can't take it off. So if it's not necessary, I like to keep it. Delay putting it on for as long as possible. That heal from Rollo is gonna... That might be a problem. Yeah, that might be the problem. Because now, oh, perfect. Okay, now this is a win. That foresight is going to be annoying. But without any protection recovery, we're going to be fine. Okay. Yeah, this is a problem. She's just gonna keep healing. We're never going to do enough damage without the relic to take her out. Yeah, this is a timeout. Basically, not taking him up against Leia anymore. I basically need to get good RNG where she doesn't get the bonus attacks. It's irritating. The last episode of Andor, fantastic. Apparently people aren't really watching the show in the same numbers, which is disappointing because I want Disney and Lucasfilm to feel emboldened to make more things like it. I think it'll eventually find an audience. There's a lot of shows going on. There's only, like, I stopped watching Hot D and Rings of Power, and I was enjoying both more or less. Like, I even... Second, I'm cooking stuff at the same time recording this, so that's what the beeping is. And then I stopped watching basically everything I was watching, even like She-Hulk. I stopped watching once Andor started. I finished it off now, but the last couple episodes I waited a week or two before I got to them. Still haven't watched Werewolf by Night, and that's a show I was a little excited for. Just Andor is everything I've been wanting, and I'm loving it. I imagine there might be like a Game of Thrones effect with it, where like no one was watching Game of Thrones season 1, and then I imagine with the finale, like that started getting a lot of people interested. After season 1 was over is when a lot of the hype was building up with Game of Thrones, and I'm hoping we see a similar effect with Andor, where it just over time built. You know what we're gonna do? I think I did this a week or two ago I did Hutt Cartel, and it was a different comp. But I think my weak Hutt Cartel might be able to win this. That's not the slot. So I'm hoping we see something like that, where what a lot of us are seeing and enjoying about Andor starts spreading. This is bad. This is very bad. Okay, come back to me, Chrysanthemum. I thought you're supposed to come back when... Does she need to be like full health or protection or something for Chrysanthemum to come back? My Hutt Cartel beat something. What did they beat? I thought it was a JTR team. Maybe it was a different... something. Are we just gonna go to serious stuff? Oh, we got JTR SWolo. Let's do that. Who do I want to beat with that? The other wall... Yeah, let's do Phasma. That might be a fun one to do. Although it does have the Omicron, and I think it's going to be a mess. The Omicron's going to rip them apart. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are going to attempt Nest. Kylo's the only one I'm worried about. The rest of this should be fine. See, that stun is what makes these Kylo versions more of a problem. I think there's a healing immunity too. So if we're going to be stun locked, and they're going to be removing turn meter, this could be more of a problem. Because there's a lot of recovery now. Although I believe the stun on Kylo is conditional. I just don't remember what the condition is. This is part of the reason why I increased my... Do I want the days? Yeah, let's do the days. Why I increased relics on my nest to R5 was R3. This definitely wouldn't have worked. Can this evade? Let's do a basic. Oh, that's terrifying. We've won it from here. The next big one is going to be Phasma. Get rid of any of that advantage nonsense. That should be Phasma. Give me days, man. Oh, are you serious? After all that? Jeez, man. Are we done testing? No, we're not done testing. No, we're not done testing. We're gonna do JTR SWolo here. Oh, no, you know what? No. We're gonna do something dumber. We will do something dumber. We got droids to test. This is a completely idiotic thing to do, and I'm looking forward to doing it. Okay. Definitely T3 and 4. Now the question is, do I want IPD or IG88? They both have target lock synergy. I forget what does what. Let's go for the relic level. I don't think these guys really... I don't have the Zetas on them yet, for one. But they're way too weak. Maybe at higher stars, maybe at 5 stars, they'll start doing something. But maybe this JTR team is weak enough. The preloaded turn meter is not going to help, though. Now that ability block is definitely not going to help. Yeah, not in love with that. Don't take him out. Please let me get some testing with him. Okay, no testing. No, wait, no testing with them. We have more testing to do. Now, I have lost matches doing this where I assumed that I was going to full clear and I failed full clear, or thought my opponent wouldn't full clear and they ended up full clearing. So this testing is not without its risk. But I'd rather do it. I like to test. So, I've said this like every time. This SWolo is just, he doesn't do much. Are you guys really gonna die? Well, SWolo can't die, so that part's nice at least. But I really would have liked Inspired. This is the problem with preloaded turn meter. But what is nice is they're probably going to keep targeting him. So let's let him do it. These AoEs are going to eventually get my JTR below 50% health. There it is. Now it's over. Now he can die. Alright, testing over. Let's kill everything and be done with it. Or wait, no, we have Hondo. We just blow it up with Dash. We have Maul. I mean, we have everything. We have. Let's do this. Can I solo it with this? Let's do it. Let's do it. What's the point of having this Datacron if I can't solo with it? I'm totally gonna die, aren't I? Alright, now we'll take the game seriously. Nothing fun left? I guess technically... Oh, Hondo. Should have put Hondo in that squad. What can we do with Hondo? I don't have Cure anymore. I guess it doesn't need to be a smuggler, right? It can just be a scoundrel. Could I do Nute lead with Hondo? So I'm just skimming this quick, but it doesn't seem like I need to have him with any scoundrels or smugglers. Let's look at this. Did I time out with Hondo a week ago? Was that a problem? We couldn't get enough stacks of whatever his thing is called. Man, this preloaded turn meter is murdering us. Yeah, let's just spread some days around, definitely on BB-8. Okay. Hit the ability block. Yeah. That was always a dumb thing to do. Alright. We'll take this game seriously now. I don't know, this stuff is just so boring to me. Even though we like do these 5 ridiculous attempts, it's just fun. Like, nothing's learned from that. I don't know, who cares? It's just Geos and Kylo, right? It'd be hilarious if I didn't leave myself something. No, why would I do that? This is like right on the line. I think this is dumb. I don't think I should do this. Okay. Great. Sure. Do I want to? Feels early. Feels early. Okay. See, that's why they weren't high relics, so I felt okay with it, but at relics up against Gear 12, it's not clean. Is there anything fun? Like, give me fun. No, I've used all the fun stuff. Let's just blow everything up. It's too bad batch. I just need to finish Kyber 2 for the week, so this can be a loss as long as the next one is a win. Or if I do get a win here, then the next one can be a loss, and we'll still be finishing the season at Kyber 2 and get those extra 20 crystals per day. What was that, like 140 crystals? I don't even know why I'm bringing in a full team. Yeah, why didn't I just bring in Jango? Bunch of nonsense. Alright. Now the part where I can't mess up. Like I did last week. Because it's all well and good to do all the testing that you want. Have some fun. Lose a bunch of matches. But you got to clear the board. Let's make sure his BAM is at a level that... Please be 7. Let's check his... Alright, we should be fine. Alright, let's do this. I'm really pumped for this new ship. Scythe looks fun. I just like having new ships. I just wish I had a moat. It would have been nice to have a moat. I mean, there'll still be one. Most players have ignored Inquisitors. But I'd like to have been able to have Grand Inquisitor already. It doesn't really make a difference. I really think about it. This is now players... I guess it's really just to get whales who didn't already whale for Grand Inquisitor to motivate them to spend. Probably gonna lose my Razor Crest. Hopefully we can. Alright. Okay. Make sure to ability block Slave 1. Okay. Pretty good. I think we should have my ultimate. No, I guess not. It's actually pretty bad. Definitely avoiding IG 2000 because it had those the chaff and the one that prevents breach. Because this happened. Like, how did... I know I lost my ship, but did I really miss landing breach that many times? Like, he's lost his AoEs, we're fine, we're gonna win this, but it could have been cleaner. Okay. We're not messing around with Empire again. That's how we lost last week. We lost out on a full clear I should have had. It wasn't Chimera though, it was Tarkin, and I thought I could disrespect it. I thought I could Ravenclaw it. I was wrong. I've seen a lot of people do this TIE Bomber and Sith Bomber together. And what happened up against the Ravenclaw is there's just a good amount of recovery. We couldn't get through. We couldn't do enough damage. What you gotta do here, though, is you gotta bring out a ship. I don't. It's probably not gonna come up this time because we're just ripping through this thing. Okay. If the ultimate goes off, you can be a little vulnerable, and you don't want to chance it. Alright, Raven's Claw up again. Oh, jeez. Actually, that's fine. That's a bad comp. take out Biggs first. I actually don't really care too much about Outrider. In this version. Maybe I should, maybe I'm wrong. See, I hate that. This, like, this fleet is incomplete. I'm convinced of it. I don't want to increase relics on my Biggs, but I might have to. He goes down so easy. Don't die. Jeez, I knew I should have went after Outrider. I knew it. Fine. Doesn't matter anymore. It's kind of annoying. Kind of really annoying. Now see, the problem here is Raddus is really bad up against this. And I feel like at gear 12 and gear 11, my Raddus is better than my Finalizer. Doesn't matter. So we get protection up. Sure. Don't die, don't die. Turn meter. Don't. Okay. That was the critical thing. We can clean up anything from this point. Why can't I take it? Okay. Great, there should be a win. Hopefully. We'll have to add in the results afterwards. But the bet I made is that he can't full clear me. If that proves out, we should be okay, and all that testing I won't regret. If he does full clear me, I might regret that we did a bunch of dumb stuff. And we were able to win this one. The strategy worked out. This was a tough one, but my profundity did secure the win, which is what I was betting on. Win or lose, we did a bunch of testing, and he was able to one-shot my defense the way that I thought he would, and I knew if we were able to get the full clear that I was setting myself up really well to be able to lock down this win, and that is how it played out. So that's his one-shotting my defense, and then Fleet here. 2 shots up against Chimera. Probably used good Fleet up to Profundity and just ran out of weapons. He's just not very deep in Fleet. We'll have the final match of Season 32 up tomorrow, and then we will be putting out the new Grand Arena right away, and we're going to get back into talk videos and stuff this month. We've hit a lot of the milestones for work that I needed to hit, so we should have some actual time moving forward, even though that's what I was expecting several weeks ago. But thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone. Be excellent to each other. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.